Okay, guys, I'm going to give it my best shot. To be honest, I'm a little brain dead right now, but I'll be supporting myself in class today as well. So let's get through this video. Our goal is, after we're studied this video, we're now going to get most, if not the whole MDTP test done today. If we need to, we'll spend one more day on it. We'll discuss that in class, though. Let's go. So, you guys asked question 20 again, which I didn't get a chance to do in the previous video. So here we go. They gave us a line. They told us it's parallel to y equals 2x minus 1. So I am going to make up a similar line. Notice my slope here is 3, right? You guys all should know y equals mx plus b. The number in front of x is m, your slope. Now, we're given a point, 8, 3. All right? So what we're going to do, therefore, is find the equation of the line that goes through that point. Now, I'm going to pick a different point. My point's going to be 6, 2. All right? So, actually, since that's, yeah, I'll change that as well. So my line's going to be 3x minus 5 with a point on the line 6, 2. Right? So, first of all, to find this line that's parallel to my line, we know that y will equal 3x plus some b. Okay? Parallel lines will have the same slope. So you have 2, you will also do 2x there instead. Now, with my point, I'm going to plug it in. So 6 will go in here. 2 is my y in there. So 2 will equal 3 times 6 plus b. 2 will equal 18 plus b. Solving for b, I'm going to minus 18. So my b is negative 16. So my equation of the line parallel to my given line, here's my given line, is y equals 3x minus 16. Now what? Well, they told us, hey, what about 6? Now I'm going to change mine to, what about 4? Mine's going to be 4w. So I'm going to now plug in the 4 to see what my y value or w value is going to be. So y will be 3 times 4 minus 16. 12 minus 16 is negative 4. So that's my answer. Y has to be negative 4, or in this case, my answer will be, the point will have to be 4, negative 4 in my made-up problem. Okay, 25. Guys, they give us the equation of the quadratic. They want to know when it hits the surface of the moon, where it hits the ground again. What does that mean? That means I'm going to take this and set it equal to 0. Now, to save a little time, guys, all right, you should know how to solve this quadratic. You should know, for example, we could factor out a 5 and a t, or if you want to do a negative 5t, and then you can solve that using a 0 property. Or you could do the quadratic formula where this is a and this is b. C, because the number is missing, is 0. Okay? So that's what you're going to do to solve this one. But the bottom line is, you should know, guys, if they give you a quadratic and they want to know when this missile or whatever, this object hits the ground again, that's when the height is 0. Okay. So, you know what? I think I'll do my own made-up problem. Let's say h of t is negative 3t squared plus, let's say, 18t. Okay? Well, I want to know when it equals 0. So negative 3t, I'm going to factor out negative 3t. I'm literally dividing. Remember, we learned how to do GCF, guys. I'm going to divide out negative 3t. And notice I get t minus, because 18 divided by negative 3 is negative 6. The t's cancel. So notice here, if it equals 0, t would either be 0, which we already know because that's the start of the launch. And right here, in my case, I would say when 6 seconds later, it hits the ground again. So you're going to do something very similar again using the original equation. I hope that helps. 22. Guys, they want to know when this graph right here has a vertical asymptote. A vertical asymptote means we have the graph and then it shoots straight up or straight down because it goes to infinity. Remember the asymptotes we talked about? It's been probably a few months, but anyways, how do we figure that out? Real simple. Let's say my function, I'm making this up, guys, is 4x minus 7 over x minus 6. Well, guess what? I know when x equals 6, that becomes 0, and whenever we divide by 0, we have a vertical asymptote. That's how it's done. Let's do another example. Let's say my function instead is 5x plus 4 over x minus 1. This time I know when x is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, and whenever I divide by 0, that's infinite, as we say, is a vertical asymptote. I hope that helps you on number 22. All right, this one right here, guys. Notice they tell us that these angles, C and B, are congruent to each other. Right? See that symbol? That means they're equal. They're congruent to each other. Guys, that means this side and this side have to be the same. Right? So, anyways, I will do a similar problem. Here we go. So let's say, same scenario, but this time I said this is 3x, and this over here is x, and I'm told that the perimeter is 70. And the original problem was 60. I'm just trying to make it a little different. Well, if they tell me that these are congruent, I know that this and this are the same. This is 3x. This has got to be 3x. They got to be the same. Now, how do you do a perimeter, guys, is you add up all the sides. So in my made-up problem, I'm going to do 3x plus x. I just literally added up all three sides. That's my perimeter. In my case, I'm told it equals 70. Yours will be 60. And notice I get 7x equal to 70. X, therefore, in my case, must be 10. Now, that's the answer. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. This one right here, guys. We already did this one in the prior video, so I'm just going to say watch the other video. But basically, this has to equal 0 if it's going to cross the x-axis. Remember, that's why it's called a 0, guys, or x-intercept, as they're asking for, or a root. All three words mean the same thing, okay? So they ask for the x-intercept, solve for 0. All right, this one. Now, this one, guys, I apologize because we never learned graphing sine and cosines, but you guys will have to learn this in Trig Pre-Calc, or AP Pre-Calc, since we don't have Trig Pre-Calc anymore, starting next year, and maybe in IB math. But the important thing, guys, is when you need help with stuff like this, please come to me next year. All right, that being said, guys, let's say I give you this right here. Okay? What is the equation for my made-up function? Well, notice, guys, it starts at -2. And notice, this is what we call the midline. Okay? See how the wave, the middle of the wave, up and down, centers around this line at -2 in my case. Well, this is just like your heartbeat or whatever, or electric kind of wave, like in electronics, is a sine wave. So I hope you understand my made-up function would have to be sine x minus 2. Why did I do -2? Because it started at -2. It's literally 2 units down from the x-axis at -2, right? So that's why my sine function has to be sine x minus 2. I'll leave it at that. All right. Well, guys, I think I did most, if not all, the ones that you asked. If I missed any, I apologize. But that's the end of my video. See you in class.